start talking.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the CBA Curling Center in Bern. We're covering Moiseeva versus Pätz. Curling Champions Tour coverage in cooperation with the World Curling Television. Bringing you the 49th International Burner Diamond Cup. We see the Russian team here: Julia Moiseeva, Galina Arzenkina, Yuliana Vasileva, and Victoria Moiseeva. And they will be playing against the 2015 World Champions, Nicole Schragley, Marissa Winkelhaus, Nadine Lehmann, and Alina Pätz. So the European champions, the current European champions against the 2015 World Champions. This should be a pretty good game. And here we see a shot of this wonderful 8-rink facility here in Bern, Switzerland, Switzerland's capital. And we're playing on sheet A this morning. And we see the teams warming up. Should be a good match. This is a round match. The draw started yesterday. Both these teams having won a game already. And Pätz defeated Hansen from Finland by a score of 7-2. And Moiseeva defeated Manny from Switzerland by a score of 8-2. So both those games handily won. But as we expect, these two teams should be amongst the favorite in this event. Really strong field here, though. Terence Soni from Switzerland and Wang from China, Sigurdsson from Sweden, Muirhead. Really strong field again this year, as always with the Bern Ladies Cup. And we are underway with the first rock. Actually, this is still the draw shot, I believe. C for the hammer. That was a good test rock there from Pätz. She repeats that. Should be in a pretty good spot. You can't select the best one of the two. And there we see Victoria. And like I said, this production in conjunction with the World Curling Television. 4 events, 4 Champions Tour events this season. Working together with the World Curling Federation. And Live Channel doing the production, as we see the cameraman on the left-hand corner. Wonderful pictures already. So that came up a little bit shorter than her test rock. Now, Moiseeva will have to be better than that shot to get the hammer. We'll be covering all weekend. We've got 3 games today, 3 games tomorrow, and 3 games on Sunday with the quarterfinals, finals, and semifinals here from Bern. It is a triple knockout, so you'll have to check the schedule on the YouTube channels, either curlingchampionstour.org and hit the live button, or go to the World Curling Television. And we see that came up a lot shorter than Pätz, so Pätz has the hammer in the first end. World Curling Television YouTube channel also streaming this live. both teams playing red rocks. I think Moiseeva is playing red and Alina Pätz is playing yellow, if the scoreboard is correct. We'll find that out as soon as the lead plays her first rock. So today's coverage at 11 Central European Time, at 5 o'clock p.m. Central European Time, and at 8:15 Central European Time. And then tomorrow, same times, 11, 5, and 8 o'clock in the evening, 8:15 in the evening. And then quarterfinal actions, beginning with quarterfinal actions, 8:30 on Sunday morning. This game is about to get underway. Moiseeva really being on a high this season, doing really well, and Pätz probably not her best start to the season. Still looking to find that groove. We are into the new year, and we'll see if she can get that groove going. This will be the first big test in this event. Triple knockout. You lose 3 times, you're gone. A, B, and a C group. 8 qualifiers. And we see a nice picture there of this wonderful facility here. It's about 15 years old. Was home last year to the World Mixed Championships. And Moiseeva with Red Rocks. As we see Julia Guetseva ready to open the game. Bit of a surprise team to come out of Russia this season, having defeated Sidorova in their challenge to go to the Europeans, and then promptly becoming European champion. So it's nice to see another good Russian team available. That comes into the 12-foot. I think they were trying to get that into the top of the 4. Would have been better. Nicole Schweigli. And this team also winning their first Swiss championships together as a team and going directly to the World Championships in Sapporo, Japan in 2015, and winning that title against Jennifer Jones. The Russian team being coached by Sergei Belanov. And Alina Pätz by Miriam Ott. So Russians put a guard on there, rocking a 12-foot. It's like Alina asking Nicole Schweigli to play a soft peel. She cannot remove that rock from play yet. It's still free guard zone. she noses that and drives it straight back. So So already a pretty good situation here for the Russian team. Three rocks in the house already for Let's see the Swiss removing their own center guard. And Moiseeva continuing to wanting to keep the pressure on Pätz here in the first end. Replacing that center guard, trying to keep those rocks protected. Juliana Vasileva. Oh, sorry. Galina Arsenkina playing her last rock here in the first end. Well, that didn't quite work out for the Swiss. So, center guard up now, really can put some pressure on. And this is Juliana Vasileva. Can really get the Swiss into trouble here already early in the first end. She covers that up. Pätz is going to have to do some scrambling to get out of this end without too much harm. She does have the hammer, the Swiss team. That rock wasn't very good. That helps out the Swiss. That allows Alina now to come in. It's far too long, that rock. Allows now Pätz to come into the house and remove possibly multiple red rocks here. So a bit of a break for the Swiss team. Error on the Russian part. Nadine Lehmann. Trying to remove a couple of these red rocks. Gets one. Doesn't really work out for her. Hit that a little too thick. And just move those red ones closer to the center. This will allow Moiseeva to cover those up again. This rock will need to be a little bit shorter and need to be in front of the house and not come in. Wonderful ice surface here in Bern. Stefan Rutlisberger, the ice maker.
Да, он скатывался опять.
У меня единичка, честно была. 0,6.
Молодец. Пока дохнут очень сильно, кажется, что хорошо идет и в конце. А этот, он не туда получился. Я уже думала сюда, потому что говорили 8 за. Подсел, ну, вообще хорошо. В итоге не довалил сюда тоже.
7-3!
And she gets both of the guards, so opens that up a bit. Coming down with a crunch here in the first end. Moiseeva, 3 rocks counting in the middle. And she has the next shot too, so. It'll be difficult to cover, can't cover all of it, so I'm trying to cover the easiest shot. Try and take away a bit of that raise on the yellow. Maybe stagger it. I think right in the middle of the center line would probably be the best place. Straddling the center line, trying to cover a little bit of both. Give Pätz a difficult shot with her next one. You see Victoria Moiseeva, 2016 European champion. He's playing a hit on this. A bit of a surprise. I was expecting a guard. And I believe Pätz is now shot all of a sudden and probably breathing a sigh of relief. I think Moiseeva wanting a little bit too much there. Simple guard up would have kept the pressure on. Now she's giving actually Pätz an opportunity to make 2 in this end. As we see here, that yellow rock is counting now. So she's going to try and draw around. I'm not sure if she's going to try and draw around her own or maybe bump this. We'll have to see what the curl is like. I think she's trying to. She's trying to get around her own shot here. She's trying to get around her own shot. That's what she just said. So a bit of a difficult draw here already in the first end. What she doesn't want to do is leave a double. She wants to make sure that her shot and the yellow one are staggered and not stuck together. And by the way they're sweeping, it might just end up. And I think she has maybe just brought it far enough, almost left a double. It's a very thin double. Unfortunate that rock rolled a little bit further. It stays up a little bit shorter there. Oh, now Moiseeva's looking at 2 Swiss counters after a questionable call with her first one. She could have had possible steal in this end. Now she's trying to make sure she doesn't give up more than 1 or 2. She can get on the inside of this a little bit. She might be able to roll in behind, get behind cover, and make sure she doesn't jam on the back one. If she jams on the back one, she might even be giving up 3. Oh, she got fortunate on that. She wrecks any more on that. But still. It's a fairly easy shot here for Pätz to make 2. They're trying to see which one's closer. I think yellow's counting. There's a long yellow guard up front that's taking away that in-turn takeout, and she hasn't played on that side. She just played the draw here. She's comfortable with the draw weight, so anything close to that 4-foot, and she has 2 points. Pätz last rock here in the first end. Possibility of 2 points. This looks like it's tracking a little bit. Looks like it's a little bit long. And she looks like she's letting Moiseeva off the hook. Yeah, I think, well, they might have to measure that, and it looks pretty close. Well, Moiseeva concedes 2 points here in the first end. A bit of a surprise turnaround. And after 1 end of play here at the Bern Ladies International, 2-0 for Pätz here in the first end.
Zet langer Roes. Kijk nu wel lang. Is van 4. Richtige schoot.
So we're back here with second end action of the 49th International Berner Damen Cup. We're here at the Curlingbahn Almend, here on the Expo area of the Bern. Next door is the big hockey rink where the say Bern team plays. I think it's a 16 or 18,000 seat stadium, one of the biggest in Europe. And Bern leading in the ranking of the Swiss Ice Hockey League. Moiseeva really had Pätz under pressure here in the first end. Really just needed to probably throw up a guard with her first rock and kept it simple. She might have stolen one or two. Instead, she tried a difficult shot that risk and reward was certainly not there. And Pätz ends up making two out of an end that she'd already was scrambling just to make one. Good placement there of the first two rocks from the Swiss team. Nicole Stragley, top forefoot, guard it. And this is carrying a little bit longer. She would like to have frozen up to that. Gets in behind it, shot, and as we can see, the nice curl here. And that almost got fully behind it. Marissa Winkelhausen trying to come down on top of that Russian counter. This looks really good. Nicely played, well swept. Very good spot there. The only time I've seen a record of these two teams playing against each other was at the Women's Masters in Basel in 2015. And Elena Pätz having the upper hand in that game with a score of 8-2. So these two teams haven't faced each other that often. Of course, Moiseeva making her first trip to the Europeans this year. Nice hit and roll. Just rolls a little bit too far. Opportunity here to nose hit that and drive out the two yellows. Maybe even stay there. Marissa Winkelhausen. If she gets this right on the nose, she might be able to remove both these yellow rocks. Stay there. Keep her shooter. Skalina Arsenkina. just hit it a little bit thick, but good separation now, actually. There's 2 rocks counting for the Russians. Russian team have the hammer here in this end. 1 long red guard up front, covering Pätz's rocks at the moment. And nice double there. And, possible triple here. And we see that nicely swept. Good shot. Does leave a double up top though. Maybe even a triple if she hits this right. Needs to hit the middle one on the inside. Moiseeva, Moiseeva. Gets 1 and gets 2 and nice shot. Nicely done. She gets a little bit thinner. She would have had all 3. Just curled a little too much for her. Lehman would like to hit this on the nose now. And she does. So there, with that corner guard up there, Moiseeva now an opportunity maybe to draw around that guard, nestle up to that yellow one on the right-hand side, try and lay shots with cover. Big important shot here in this end for the Russian team. This has to be made. Sweeping it hard. These rocks will move. Lots of curl here in Bern. And she wrecks on the So, and this was why it was so important to make that shot for the Russians. Now, advantage definitely goes to Pätz. With the big curl here, she can draw around that, get fully hidden, stay in front of the tee line. So some serious misses here by the Russians. They're getting their opportunities, setting it up nicely, and then a couple of misses. All of a sudden the advantage goes to the Swiss. Alina Pätz trying to draw around that top 12-foot rock and get into the 4-foot. We'll hang out there and we'll start curling in nicely. Just needs a little more legs. It just comes up short. Moiseeva can hit this on the nose and remove it, but Pätz will still be laying shot with her counter over on the left-hand side. Nose hit double here. Just didn't curl up enough for it. Jams it. Pätz still laying 2. So she'll try the same one here. Her last shot line was very good. Just needed a couple more feet. Looking at her options there, if she does rub it. Top for you. Top 4. Pätz from Zurich. The rest of the team is pretty well from the Bern region, so they're pretty well at home here. So this rock's a little bit longer, and will it come to a stop? And it's just that much too long, so that'll allow Moiseeva to draw right down on top of it and try and get out of this end. So first draw here in this game for Victoria, and it's a real big one. But she has had the line to watch from Pätz. Just needs to get the weight right. Last rock here in the second end. Moiseeva trying to put it on the button. It's not looking too bad. Needs to curl quite a bit more. Just not enough. Steal 1 for Team Pätz here in the second end at the International Berner Damen Cup.
По сути, у нас с тобой пошел в одну точку. Гард, и что я чиркнула твой гард. Мы с одной щеткой отпускали. Мне надо было побольше поставить.
Hey, we're back here with third end action from Bern, Curling Champions Tour coverage in cooperation with the World Curling TV, a World Curling Federation production. Score of 3-0 for Pätz here after 2 ends of play. opportunities the Russians should have, or have had in the last two ends. I think the score should have been reverse. It's just unfortunate. 7 other games going on at the moment. Triple knockout, 32 teams. Eight qualifiers and the playoffs. We will be covering 3 games on Sunday, quarterfinals, semifinals, and the final. 3 games today and 3 games on Saturday. I go to the YouTube channel, World Curling TV or Curling Champions Tour YouTube channel, and see what the game times are. Being that it's a triple knockout, we won't know exactly who's playing who early enough, but we certainly will show you the schedule of coverage times. So again, a good start here, opening by the Swiss. 1 in the forefoot, guarded, just like in the last end. Julia Moiseeva, important she gets this down frozen to that yellow one. They need to get something going here. And this is coming up just a bit too short, but it's still in a pretty good spot. And I'm now being joined by Stefan Hessler, the president of Curling Bern, the entire facility here. Well, welcome, Stefan.
Thank you, Armin. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for having us here in your nice facility for the Bern International Damen Cup. We're happy to be here to cover this, and we're happy to talk to you now for the next little while. And you may go through a little bit, besides watching the game, as a very accomplished curler yourself. As we go through this game, you can also tell us a little bit about your facility here, your club here, and activities.
I'm very delighted to have the International Bernese Ladies Cup again. It's the 49th edition. Next year will be the 50th, even the 50th edition of this international tournament. It's certainly very important, if not the most important tournament we have in Bern, Curling Bern. In our nice facility, we have an 8-sheet facility here in Bern, and it's great to see all the top teams back here in our facility.
You said this is we've mentioned it's the 49th, and next year the 50th. Is there anything planned for the 50th?
I think so. I'm not directly involved in the organization.
Anita Yaki is president, obviously.
But I'm sure they will have some ideas in order to celebrate the 50th edition.
So you're CEO of this facility. You've got how many clubs in this building? It's a little different in Switzerland than it is in Canada, where the club is the facility. So you have a number of clubs here.
Yeah, we have 13 clubs altogether. We have about 460, 470 active curlers. That's everybody from cherry rocker to junior to young members to active members to veterans. So we have quite something going on in the various clubs. We have a great variety. We have ladies clubs, we have men's clubs, we have mixed clubs, we have small clubs, large clubs. So
And they each put on their own events. So you've got lots of tournaments, I know here, that are...
in the winter time, we have more or less on every weekend we have an event. We have various tournaments. We have various club championships. We have inter-club championships in which the individual clubs play against each other. What we also have is a very big number of recreational curlers, recreational and companies.
Corporate curling, yeah.
Company persons
Yep.
who come here in order to try the game, and we have about 40 instructors who teach them how to curl, also how to curl.
Yep.
They try it for 90 minutes, and it's an event for them, and the feedbacks are very good. So these events are very good and very funny for the companies.
Just quick back to the game here. Moiseeva trying to bump that up. Rock gets a pretty good angle on that. Pätz can nose that out and double that out. You're still curling competitively a little bit?
Not competitively, but on the recreational level, on various tournaments, on various bonspiels.
You did up to a couple of years ago. You're still a young guy. We actually curled one year together, didn't we?
Not together, against each other, I think. But it's a long time ago, Armin.
A long time ago. Yeah. Nadine Lehmann trying to double these two red ones out. Got a great field here. Lots of really good teams, again, as usual, coming to Bern early in the new year. And she just misses that, but does remove the top 12-foot.
I think the teams appreciate the good organization which our organizing committee puts up with the ice, also with the tournament, but also with all the side events and the transportation, for example. So I'm very happy to see all the top teams.
Yeah, wonderful facility, and with Stefan Rittlisberger, one of the internationally renowned ice makers. Here as your home ice maker too, so the ice is always really nice to play on. So the event started last night. Two draws already.
We had a couple of teams arriving very early, which means on Tuesday.
Yep.
So they already practiced on Wednesday. For example, teams China and Japan. And on Thursday, yesterday, it was the official practice day, where everybody was able to practice, and most teams, I think, were here to practice. And then the event started in the evening. First two draws yesterday, Thursday evening.
Yeah, so basically, the event is not just 3 days or 4 days. It's actually
4 days.
It's quite longer with practice, providing practice for international teams coming in and things like that.
Yeah.
So you're running around already with covering those teams. Chance here for Lehmann to try and double these red ones out again. She might lose her own, but I don't think she's too concerned about that. She just wants to remove those two red ones. Sweeper's not putting a broom up to it. Oh, just a little too thin. Wanted to nose hit that. So Moiseeva has the hammer. And looks like she's opting to she hit and roll here on this yellow one, I guess. She'd like to get some separation on the two and make sure she doesn't set up a double. Needs to score 2 points here at some point. Have you had a chance to watch the games at all? Seen anything?
Yeah, I watched this morning's draw, and yesterday I followed the games a little bit on the internet. As this game is the first broadcasted game, and it's certainly great to have two such top teams, European champion Russia and Team Pätz competing in the first broadcasted game of the event, which is certainly fantastic.
Absolutely. See that hit and roll rolled out of the house there, so no opportunity here probably for two in this end again for Moiseeva. So do you have a favorite?
Well, I think it probably, most probably, it will come down to the top teams. Probably, I think Swiss teams, Pätz.
Yes, Pätz is almost a Bern team. What you would say? There's three quarters Bern, eh?
Exactly, three players from Bern, plus Salina.
Do you have a home team playing?
We have juniors, couple of Bernese teams.
Oh, there we are.
Yeah.
Grassi? No, Raphael Kaiser, who's unfortunately injured apparently. So she's not playing complete. And who's the other Bern team? There we go.
Yeah, we have Bern Inter, the ladies from Bern Inter.
That's Stritt, yeah.
Lisa Gisler is Bern Inter. Then we have the juniors team from Bern ISP. That's our junior team, female juniors. And then we also have the Bern Damen Ritz Cross Media team. This is a ladies team again. And then we have the Bern Victoria Eden Juniors, also a junior team again.
It's a lot of young teams coming out of Bern.
Yeah.
So your junior program must be working quite well.
Yeah, we have a lot of good young players on most age levels, I would say. Especially also very young players on Jerry Rocker level and young juniors.
Good to see. So Moiseeva throws her only rock out to the wings, hoping for a jam on that red one that's sitting in the back. Pätz will just try to clear this out. And looking, unless Pätz makes a mistake here, it's looking like a blank end. Last rock for Lena Pätz here in the third end. Just trying to remove that red one without jamming on the back. Oh, misses it completely. Big break here for the Russians.
Yeah.
Bit of a surprise there, and that wasn't even close. That was maybe
got a pick maybe. That was way off the rock.
Yeah. Just underestimated the curl out there maybe, or just got it going a bit. I was afraid of the jam.
Yeah.
It's not just making that rock, it's the mental aspect of looking at that when you're in the hack too and seeing that rock in behind maybe. But certainly a break for Moiseeva. She's got the whole house to draw to. European champion trying to get back into this game here. Opportunity for a score of 2. Working it pretty hard.
Should be okay.
Looking all right now. And maybe a little panic sweeping at the beginning. Good rock into the forefoot here.
So Russia is back in the game, basically.
The Russians are back in the game. The score of 3-2 now. Pätz still leads. Pätz gets the hammer going into the fourth end.
Чуть можешь повалить больше.
Четвертый. Пять.
And we're back here with fourth end action of the 49th International Bern Damen Cup. The score of 3-2 for Pätz. Pätz has the hammer in this end. Bit of a surprise miss by Alina in the last end, allowing Moiseeva a free draw for those 2 points. And back in the game. So we'll see what they do with this now. They throw up a first center guard. My name is Armin Harder. I'm here with Stefan Hessler, the CEO of the Bern Curling. You got a really nice restaurant downstairs, good view onto the ice. You've got a great gallery up here to be able to look down on. I think we'll probably get a shot of that somewhere this weekend. Looking out over the ice, so great viewing. You hosted the Mixed World Championships last year.
Yeah, that was a great event. That was certainly a great event in September 2015.
Yeah, you jumped in really quick to pick that up. It was just kind of a surprise emergency pickup. So you did a really great job with that too.
We jumped. Thank you. We jumped in on Christmas 2014.
Yeah.
So we basically had roughly 9 months to put it together, basically, and I think we did.
Absolutely.
Well, I think I had lots of very good people in our organizing committee, and a lot of volunteers, of course,
Yeah.
who supported the event.
Yeah, I was here for a few days for that, and it looked like a lot of fun, and some really good curling too.
Yeah.
So lots of rocks, guards already in play. 3 guards in play, 3 rocks played. Nicole Schweigli going to try and go around the center guard here. Pätz's season so far hasn't been that great. It's no big wins yet. Just trying to get on a roll here, getting ready for the Swiss Championships which come up in February. It's all important Swiss Championships that qualifies them for the Worlds. 6 teams in Switzerland that play for the championships. You had a round here last weekend or 2 weekends ago
in
for the
December.
Yeah, December.
Mid-December, yeah. There was the first round here taking place here in Bern. Both men and ladies competition.
If you've got 8 rinks, it's a lot easier to
Yeah.
combine those two. This is looking pretty nice. Just gets a little rub. Sitting shot.
It's a rather offensive end developing here, I think, so far.
And now we see
now we'll have a run back probably.
Looks like a run back, yeah. And we see the restaurant in the background there. Just sit there, have a nice meal, and drink a cold one, and watch curling. And she just peels it open, opens it up. Two options here. I guess you could put up another guard or possibly take out that yellow one. What would you do, Stefan?
Team Russia certainly wanting to try something in the end with one down without hammer. It's certainly still early in the game, but with some offensive game, they try to maybe force Pätz to one, or maybe to even try to steal one.
I think she could have played a guard here. That yellow one's certainly not in a
Yeah,
great
no, not now.
position.
We're seeing a takeout now.
We are seeing a takeout. Maybe if she hits this right, she might get a little separation on her too, but she basically sets up a double there. That's good for Pätz. She can double those two out and maybe roll to the corners. Not an easy double, but being that it's so close to the top of the house, it might just roll out to the side anyways. Marisa Winkelhausen.
Hard sweeping by Nadine Lehmann. Overcurled.
Yeah, just hit it too much on the nose. And it looks like she's going for the draw around it. Nice curl here. It's really swinging really well. You can draw around the rock that's in the top of the 12-foot.
Early sweeping keeps the rock a little bit straight.
Yeah.
Length would have been okay, I think.
Yeah. Should have let it move a little bit and then swept it at the end. Nadine Lehmann going after the open rock. Maybe get a little hit and roll behind. Doesn't look like that's going to happen.
Maybe she could roll to the open or
Yes.
behind the corner guard.
Looks like she's rolling too far.
Yeah.
Spin in at the end? Nope. So you've got teams here from China, from Japan, from Canada,
Yeah, it's good to see
around the world.
Yeah. It's especially good to see a Canadian team back.
Yeah, Flaxi, very good team right now, and
with all the great events around the world, it's excellent to have such a team back here in the competition. So
so getting that draw too long at the back of the house. You've got an American team here too, USA. Now, off the world team ranking, the order of merit, you've got the third, the fifth, the seventh. Flaxi is seventh. So it's top 10 team in the
Great.
order of merit. So very good, very well represented here. Pätz has slid a little bit in the ranking. She's now down to 20th. She was in the top 10 for a while. Came second at the Women's Masters, and in Karazawa. And then hasn't made the semifinals since. So not so start you would expect from a 2015 world champion.
Yeah, it's certainly tough to get to the top, but I think it's even tougher to stay at the top. So
we say quite a Moiseeva team, certainly on a roll this year. It's been an interesting year with a lot of teams, a lot of tournaments, teams coming up that you haven't seen before that are really moving up in their rankings. So maybe the competition is just leveling out a little bit, and a lot more good teams working
many
hard.
teams have certainly caught up. Yeah, I think so.
Well, she gets it out. Still sitting 2. But she would have liked to have kept her shooter. Alina here still on the offense, looking for 2 points.
Yeah, which is still possible with a nice draw behind the red one in front. A 2-ender should still be possible.
Shot through the mirror here. Get mirrors all along the back so that you can see what's happening in the house. This facility is 15 years old, about that?
16, yeah, 16 years old, yeah. With the 8 sheets, we have, as Armin, as you have explained, we have the restaurant downstairs with the direct view. With the direct view onto the ice. And we have rooms on the first floor, seminar rooms which we rent out. We have office space which we rent out. So it really is a multifunctional facility.
You've got 3 floors here, right? No?
We have
see this
2
one
floors,
coming up quite a bit short.
Yeah. We have a first floor, a second floor. But we have lots of space, so the infrastructure is excellent.
Which is rare in curling clubs around Europe, having space. Of course, this is used in the summer as part of the expo, the Bea, I guess, the Bea Bern, is that right? Yeah.
In the summertime,
you've got plants in here or something in the summer.
Yeah, it's rented out to the expo, yeah, from April to August. Before we make ice again in September.
Yeah. It's quite interesting coming in here during the Bay. I think they have a flower or plant exposition.
They used to have
here,
flower expositions here. In the last couple of years, they had other things.
Okay. I see here a chance for Moiseeva to put a little pressure on the Swiss team. If she gets a hit and roll here, removes that yellow one. Pätz left it quite open. Well, looks like it's a straight draw for 1.
Alina being forced to draw for 1 against 3 reds, though.
Well, at this level, that should be fairly routine, I would think. We're in the 4th end, so the draw weight should be clear. She did come up a little bit short with her first one, so it'll be interesting to see how much weight she adds to this. Good end here for the Russians to force Pätz into throwing 1.
Sweepers at it. Does it look light?
They're just keeping it clean. Not putting the brooms to it at all, actually. So has Alina added too much weight to this? She was short with her first one. She's doing fine. So 1 point here for Team Pätz after 4 ends of play, and that means the score is now 4-2 as we head in to the halfway point.
Дальше, да. Все равно повезем гар. Да. Я уже перестала раздеваться, я как-то замерзла опять.
Я не знаю, я общие платочки взяла или у кого-то скидываю. Просто лежат они, непонятно, чьи-то это или нет. Короче, я схватила и взяла.
And we're back here in the CBA Bern,
Curling Bern.
Curling Bern. You're
Yeah.
rebranding, I hear.
Yeah, we have developed a new logo, and we want to communicate directly to our club curlers, but also to the public.
Okay.
We will put into the center our offers,
Yeah.
our offers which we have here.
Have you? Is that come out already, or have I?
It's not
You
the big
haven't launched
release,
that yet?
not yet
Okay.
with the big release, but we have developed it, and
Okay.
now as time goes on, we want to implement it during the rest of the season, and latest on the beginning of the next season, of the next curling season.
We'll look forward to seeing that.
We are putting our offers in the center, which are sports, certainly. I mean, curling, sports, and then events. We organize lots of events, seminars, etc. for companies. And the restaurant part, which is also very attractive because companies or clients can combine everything. They can have a workshop here. They can go onto the ice to play curling, and after that they can have dinner in the restaurant. So
That's great. Yeah.
we can organize a whole day for clients here in our building.
You bring a lot of hockey fans through this restaurant too, especially prior to Bern games with their
That's
fondues.
correct. We have right next door. We have the big Postfinance Arena, which is the hockey rink, the Bernese hockey rink, with the famous Bernese hockey team, which is still sitting at the top of the
Still
ranking.
in first place. Yeah.
Actually at the moment, and they draw large crowds. They draw around 17,000 people per game. So, and part of these spectators visit our building in order to have a dinner before the game at our restaurant. So that's also very interesting for us, for sure.
Just missed that double, but that yellow one is behind the tee line, so it's actually more of an advantage for Moiseeva as it is for Pätz. Pätz just trying to remove this red Russian counter. Marisa Winkelhausen.
With the medium weight takeout.
Putze means clean.
Nicely controlled.
Yeah, well, good shot. Galina Arsenkina. I believe this team plays out of their home club is Kaliningrad. Oh, just misses the double. Kaliningrad, an enclave that sits between Poland, a Russian enclave that sits between Poland and Lithuania. Very pretty spot up along the Baltic Sea. But it's like a little island separated from the main part of Russia. Have you been there?
I haven't. Have you been there?
Yes, they've got a great summer tournament there in Svetlogorsk. And they really put on a good show, good ice conditions. Those are a few years ago. I really enjoyed that. Lots of young curlers in the regions there. Really, lots of curling activity
an ice
going
rink?
on. Yeah, ice rink.
Yeah.
They convert into curling.
Oh, it's a hockey rink.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they really put on a good event. So just trying to get rocks in the position here, trying to score multiple points. Maybe a little tap. We still see that.
Still on the nose.
Yeah, we still see that corner sweeping going on. That trying to direct the rock, of course, with the new material. It's far less effective than it was last year. But sweeping style hasn't changed. Team's still trying to. We see here there's two different broom manufacturers there. There's the performance broom, I guess, from Team Pätz, and the hardline broom from Team Moiseeva, but the material is the same, the material on the brush. So are you finding any issues with that at club level?
No.
Because everybody's still using old brush material.
Pretty much, yeah. It's also, it's, I mean, the broom technique, it also takes a lot of dedication in order to train that, and a team has to be very well set up in order to really effectively use it, I suppose. I think, and on club level, it's not so much an issue, no.
And club members tend to use the same broom head for a whole season, which means it's pretty about as not very effective.
Various seasons, probably.
You've got yours a little longer, have you? I'm still using the same broom I used 20 years ago. Of course, it hasn't seen much sweeping. It just kind of stands around. So with that miss by the Russians there and the hit and roll out, Pätz has an opportunity to take that corner guard off, which would be certainly the defensive play.
The discussion now is whether Team Pätz wants to peel the corner guard, or rather put the second rock in the house.
I think this is a riskier call here.
She has a better chance to force, probably, but it also has its risks, certainly.
Nadine Lehmann.
Playing left-handed.
Yes. And this is hanging out there a bit.
Looks rather heavy.
Move, yeah. So not really a good spot for that rock behind the tee line. Now I wonder if Moiseeva is going to try and use that corner guard now.
I rather think she's using this pocket. She probably tries to draw onto the two yellow rocks which sit behind the tee line.
Yeah, we're down to thirds last rocks. Juliana Vasileva. This is looking a little warm also. Yeah, she's just trying to hit the straight back one now. Change the call. That was too heavy. She wanted to freeze up to those. Not really getting any pressure onto the Swiss. So how many teams do you have in your inter-league, or Bern League, or what would you call it, Bern?
Yeah, it's we call it BCM, Bernese Curling. M is for Meisterschaft in German, championship in English. It's 64 or 65 teams, I think.
That's a lot of teams.
In various leagues. Depending on the strength of the teams.
And that's just Bern clubs, or is there any outside
that's
clubs?
just Bern clubs, yeah. Bernese clubs, yeah. So it's pretty much everybody who is a member plays in this championship, yeah. It's during the whole season. It starts in September, ends in March, and it's depending on the group, but it's more or less 11 games, 12 teams per league. A single round robin makes it to 11 games per team.
So Moiseeva with her first rock here in the fifth end, still trying to score a deuce. She does have a little bit better pocket there now where she can nestle into. It needs to be perfectly frozen though.
Да, что такая школа?
На 7, да?
Да, 7-5.
Just making it clear to her front end what she is trying to do exactly, where she would like to have this rock, and probably talked about the draw weight also. 2016 European champions.
Certainly curling a lot. Probably too much.
Over curling too, yeah. Let's make it a little easier for Pätz.
Alina sitting shot with one rock.
If Alina gets the roll to the inside here, then Moiseeva might have a tough shot with her last one too, eh?
She would probably still behind the tee line though.
Yeah.
Team Pätz discussing the exact weight Alina wants to throw.
The sweeping it hard to keep it straight.
It's also
Is it curling?
Too much, a little bit.
But it has made that shot.
It's okay, yeah.
Moiseeva's going to have to bump this. She can't roll off it. She has to bump it right on the nose. She's not going to move it very far, and if she rolls off, she's going to give up another one. So it's really not that easy shot here. Would you play this just tap weight, eh? Just back four.
I think that would be the call. You could also try to nose it with the takeout.
You have to just get it right on the beak, or you're gonna. If you roll off that, you're giving up one.
You probably want to throw back four, walk back eight with a nice tap. It's a delicate shot for sure.
Eden would throw a triple and roll out to blank the end to keep the hammer.
That's also an option. That's certainly also an option.
Edin. Gotta give those Swedes a little bit of credit. I'm getting grief here because I mentioned that our Swedish production crew. Of course, Sweden lost to Moiseeva in the final.
Yeah.
Hasselberg, who's now over playing the Continental Cup
in Las Vegas currently.
In Las Vegas, so that's a nice place to be. Good on those young ladies from Sweden.
Не очень удобно. Мы попробуем вот так сейчас пробить. Двойной
So Victoria Moiseeva, knowing how important this shot is,
She's throwing some weight at it. By the,
a steal by Team Pätz would certainly make a difference now.
She's not throwing the slow shot at this either with that broom. It's normal hit weight, I think. She really needs to hit this right on the nose. She can't roll off it she's going to roll off it. Oh, it's a steal of 2 even.
Yeah. That's a bad outcome.
I think poor shot selection on that one, I think. And unfortunately for the Russians, that's a steal of 2. And that means a score of 6-2 now. Pätz leading after 5 ends of play.
Да, здесь просто с другой стороны тоже, если бы он тебя еще не довалил, он точно так же ушел. Просто не было подставки. А здесь была ошибка. Как-то Богу получилось. Да. На пустом месте. Ну что, играем в корнер?
Да, надо 2 взять.
Давайте без тейков уже толкать просто.
Да.
Да, окей.
Ну, я говорю, мне казалось, что лучше с той стороны это делать. Потому что... Нет, стей. Она хотела стей? Нет, он хуже, я думаю, что встал. Потому что там он вот так вот через центр переходил камень, и расстояние вот такое было. Ну, как бы, если бы он сместился, он все равно в пятаке остался. С другой стороны, чуть-чуть больше попадаешь, наш уходит.
Нет, с этой, мне кажется, не смести было 2 центральных, чтобы оба прям.
Сейчас, как мы били,
вот,
если мы мало попали, возможно, что если мы его оттерли, вот нам надо было оттереть его.
Да.
Ну, вот так больше вероятности было, мне кажется. Ну, это минус 1, если что. А с другой стороны, это минус 2.
We're back here with 6th end action from the Bernese. Let's make sure we get this right. International Burner Damen Cup. Bernese Ladies Cup here at the Bern Curling. My name is Armin Harder. I'm here with Stefan Hessler, CEO of Bern Curling, and responsible for running this entire facility and keeping 13 different curling clubs under control with 13 presidents and 13 vice presidents. And
Exactly.
13 treasurers.
Certain treasurers, certain secretaries.
You've got
on and on and on.
You've got half your curling membership doing executive work.
Exactly.
And this isn't the club with the most, or this isn't the facility with the most clubs. I think Basel has something like 26 or something.
They have some more.
I'm not even
more, yeah.
sure that's even...
Some small ones, but
Yeah.
some more, I think. Yeah. Bern used to have also more. There were in the past some clubs which got together.
Yep.
But 13 is still a lot of clubs for sure.
But with a central management team, that's the...
Yeah.
I think that's the reason for that.
We have one game in this draw already decided. Team Sweden, Sigfridsson wins against Team USA Roth, 9-1.
Big 4 in the 5th end to put that away.
We have Team Scotland Muirhead up 7-3 against Germany, Andrea Schöpp.
China Team Wang over Smith with a score of 5-1 after 5 ends of play. Manny against Hansen from Finland, excuse me. Manny from Switzerland. I believe that's 6-2. I'll let you do the ones I missed.
Sorry?
I'll let you do the rest that I missed there, Stefan.
We have the Swiss game between teams Schlachter and Hegner. Ursi Hegner being up 6-2 against Team Schlachter, the juniors. And on sheet 5 we have the Swiss team Mattis against the Danes, Denmark, Team Jensen, up 8-4 in the fifth end. On sheet 7, right besides to our broadcast game, we have another Swiss battle between teams Stern and Team Sanchi, which just is over now. Team Stern winning 8-2 against Tanja Sanchi.
I think Team Stern is one of those really young Swiss teams that are keep an eye on in the future and can develop into a top team. Lots of good young talent there here in Switzerland. And thanks to people like you and the clubs that run the local junior programs, they're very important to feed the national program. First and most important work is done at club level, of course. So the
Team Russia trying to freeze the yellow rock.
Yeah, they pretty well have to take it off the stops and do everything possible here to generate some points. Only 3 more ends to go. We'll be on again later this afternoon. I will just check out the time here. You can check out the times, just go to the Curling Champions Tour.org webpage and click on the live button. That'll take you to our YouTube channel, and you can see all the games scheduled there. We also are streaming some games from the mixed doubles event in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
So that's also worth looking into. Our next game here will be at 5 o'clock Central European time. We don't know who we're covering yet because of this being a triple knockout. Those games exactly who's playing who, we won't know yet. As we watch Russian rock slip in to the back of the forefoot. The Russians certainly had their opportunities in the first 2 ends. Didn't take advantage of missed shots by Pätz.
And Team Pätz now being able to play it from the front and try to peel any rocks of their opponents out of the game.
And these games also being covered on the World Curling TV YouTube channel. Yeah. Appreciate the cooperation this year with the World Curling Federation. Doing 4 events in conjunction with World Curling TV, producing 4 Champions Tour events. We did Stockholm earlier in the year with them. And we did Champry. And now we've got Bern, and next weekend we'll be in Hamburg with the World Curling TV. Last week, Champions Tour produced in Perth. So it's been a busy month of January for a Champions Tour. And we'll also be in the Red Square starting the 26th of January with our Classic. So as we're watching Pätz trying to play a race takeout on her own.
Team Moiseeva in need of a deuce here, I think, in the 6th, in order to maybe have a chance to catch up to Team Pätz again.
She kind of jammed there and just she left one up front, so Moiseeva does have an opportunity to try and draw him behind and hope for a mistake.
5, может, нет.
Такой же принцип, как у Ули был.
Да.
Как у Ули был. Хорошо.
8.
Ага. Ну да, лучше пусть он подача пройдет, чем хуже встанет.
Victoria Moiseeva, their first rock here in the sixth, trying to score 2. Needs to score 2. Get back in this game.
She wants to draw halfway around the yellow rock.
Not bad.
Not bad, yeah.
Good weight. Needed to curl just a hair more, maybe. But
Pätz probably being able to get at it and maybe eliminate both red rocks.
not an easy shot. And she could see about 3/4 of that rock, I think. If she hits about half of it, she might be able to double them out.
She certainly wants to pick at least one and not overcurl and pick her own.
Yes, that would be disastrous. Lena Pätz, last rock here in the sixth, trying to cut down the Russian rocks. Not letting the broom
like
do it.
one,
Gets
yeah.
one. So Moiseeva here worked hard for this 2 points. Now she needs to draw full 8 foot to get her back a little closer to the Swiss team.
Controlled weight, looks good.
Very nice shot. Score of 2 here in the sixth for Team Moiseeva. And with that, Pätz still leads 6-4 and takes the hammer going into the seventh end.
Потому что если они с другой стороны разводят, я не знаю, как
И
мне
сразу
потом
со мной
тереть.
просто дотрешь, и сразу со мной оставайся, а мы там уже с тобой решим. Ну, я имею в виду, когда...
Мы начинаем потом.
Ага.
Ja, niet 2. Wacht. Ja. 9. 26.
Curling Champions Tour coverage in conjunction with World Curling TV continues here in the seventh end with the International Bern Diamond Cup. Pätz certainly in control of this game, up by a score of 2. 2 more ends to go, and also having the hammer here in this seventh end. Steven, since this game will also be shown on Swiss ULS, how does an average person that sees curling here get to curling? How's he come to your club, and how do you integrate them into getting out there as quickly as possible and playing in the Bern League or joining a club?
We certainly have various ways in which people or interested people can contact us and finally step on the ice and try out the game. We have extensive beginners courses, advanced courses, lunch courses over lunchtime.
Oh, that's very good.
Yeah, it's a big demand for that. People have time when they break work for lunchtime. They can come here and play for 60 minutes, for example. We have lots of schools. We have lots of schools here in our rink. Some interested kids or young people can then join the junior program, or they can also join a club directly. That's also possible.
So you can come as an individual or as a couple. You don't need to come with a complete team already. You don't need to come with 4
you can
people.
come as an individual. You can check on our website www.curlingbern.ch. We have all contact details there. We have all clubs there listed there. People can contact the club if they like, but they can also contact us, the head organization, the Curling Bern. They can contact us, and we can organize something for them. This season we also have started with what we call an Open Ice Friday. So we have every other week we have one sheet reserved for interested people who can come very informally. It doesn't take any application or it doesn't cost anything. They can just show up and go on the ice for 90 minutes with an instructor, which we organize. So we also had quite some success with that people come and try out the game and then hopefully catch up or get into a class, in a course, take a course, and hopefully sooner or later they will join a club. That's certainly the goal which we have.
Well, that's good. So hopefully, as viewers watching this on ULS, might have an interest to join this club or any other club in Switzerland. Check out the national website. Also, you can get to the different clubs in your area. There's 44 curling clubs in Switzerland. Go to curling.ch. That'll guide you to the next. And I can certainly recommend the game. It's we see a lot of serious curling here, but the social aspect of the recreational curling is also
very important,
very
for
big
sure.
fun.
Yeah.
Back to the game here, we see a pretty good end built up here by the Russian team. They got some good guards out front, and Pätz is going to try and remove some of these. Looks like she would need a double here somewhere to get 2 of these guards off.
Marisa Winkelhausen trying to peel both yellow rocks, if not both, for sure one. The long guard. It's curling a lot. And she hits it more or less on the nose.
She did remove 2 of them, but she left her own guard up front, and it's quite a long guard, so it's quite easy to get around.
And Team Russia sitting nicely in front of the dolly.
Это было так или как нормально?
It's quite a useful end going here, and there's lots of rocks in play, so Russians certainly have their opportunities if they execute well now. Next few rocks. Galina Arsikina.
Excuse me, Team Pätz sitting in the house for sure.
Certainly.
Team Russia trying to tap back the yellow rock, but over curling a little bit.
Partially covered by the long guard. And Alina, not wasting any time, wants to remove that long center guard. That's the one that's causing her all the problem. It's unfortunate to pick up her own there. Redirects
Very
off a
unfortunate.
corner guard. And we see the smiles on Marissa's face. So I can't believe that just happened. But when you get rocks in play like that, anything's possible. So now we'll see how the Russians execute and try and take advantage of that.
Trying to replace the guard again in order to protect the shot rock in the forefoot.
Юля! Юля! Нет, не надо. Надо.
Nicely done, good guard.
Team Pätz on the peel again. Nadine Lehmann trying to peel the red rock and roll out with her shooter.
Well, that
Nicely
cleared
done.
off. Yeah, cleared off a few pieces of granite there. Nadine Lehmann works security for the train system, the SBB Swiss train system.
Надо валить. Надо валить. Да-да-да, линия. Да-да-да. Давай, 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 давай. Еще, 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 еще. Да-да-да-да-да.
This guard being swept really hard in order to curl at the end. To curl towards the center line.
Pätz can see a little bit of it, but she's going after the guard.
Ja, aber sie kann nur noch einen besseren legen nachher. Da. Ich gehe noch mal vorne.
Oh, Alina definitely wanting to play the guard. Lehmann said she could see a bit of that. Good clearing. So replace that guard again.
Victoria Moiseeva trying to put up the guard again. More or less in the same spot, I suppose. Maybe a little bit more towards the center.
She certainly would like to steal here, make this a one-point game going into the last end. This needs to curl a bit more.
Good spot.
It's not a
Maybe
bad
a little
spot.
bit.
Pretty long though.
Pretty long guard, yeah.
Needed to be a little closer to the house. We see here Nadine with the broom there. I think Lena's definitely going after it. Needs to remove that rock off the forefoot.
She can certainly get there with the quiet weight tap or quiet weight takeout, because the guard is up front, so there's quite a long way in front of the house.
Immer noch ein bisschen mehr, aber.
Alina Pätz, whose brother Claudia Pätz plays with Peter de Cruz, top Swiss men's team at the moment. Lots of successful curling in that family. Kind of the muirheads of Switzerland.
Marisa Wickelhausen
Oh, she's wrecking on the
sweeping
guard.
very hard.
Oh.
That's a miss.
There's a miss.
Certainly a miss.
When she didn't even move that guard far enough.
Yeah. She hangs around in the back of the 12 foot, but this rock probably won't come into play.
That's the second big mistake we've seen from Alina. She had a open clearing miss in the what was that?
On the third end, you mean?
Third end, yeah. Allowed Moiseeva to make two, so Moiseeva puts his guard in a good position.
We could see another end.
Yeah. Last rock here for Victoria Moiseeva. Needs to get close to that center line to cover that rock. And this is over curling though.
It's over
That
curling
needs
right
to
now.
stop very quickly. Ooh, she's left a hole.
Team Pätz with the opportunity to take the shot rock out and to score 2 points, which would probably decide the game, I suppose.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate miss there for Moiseeva. Had an opportunity to stay in the game. It's a fairly large port to get to, and we see here she could see that rock completely.
Yeah. Should be doable for Alina.
Last rock here for the Swiss in the 7th end. Did she overthrow it? Oh, another miss. That was a messy last couple of rocks there. A steal of one for the Russian team. That closes them up to 1 point here going into the last end. So a score of 6-5 for Pätz after 7 ends of play.
Van het slide aan, ik dacht, die moest houden dat het dus. Ja, nog niet groß können, also noch nicht groß die Fahrt kommen.
So after a couple of misses from both teams, both skips in the last, Russian team comes out ahead with a steal of 1. It's now 6-5 for the Swiss. The Swiss have the hammer, still in a comfortable position, but they need to be careful.
An unexpected close game in the 8th end now.
Well, we kind of expected this game to be close, maybe not exactly in this fashion, but we did expect a close game. 2 top teams in the world right now.
Nicole Schragley with the try to soft peel the Russian guard.
We haven't seen one of these succeed yet this game, so maybe this will be it. It's looking close.
Looks nice.
Yeah, very good. Well played. Moiseeva will try and replace that guard. Of course, at this point in the game with the free guard zone, those rocks, those guards cannot be removed until the seconds come up to play. Lead rocks cannot play that. Julia Moiseeva trying to replace that center guard. keep it on the center line. It's over curling a bit. So just trying to get the weight clear on this. That red one, if she does tick it right, we'll move on to the second red one. She still can't remove any one of them.
Yeah, Nicole tries to play the more or less exact same shot, maybe a little bit heavier than the first one. Hack weight.
Line looks pretty good. We'll get a piece of it.
Nicely executed. Still some rocks in front of the house, but the center is free at the moment.
His team home club is Baden Regio, my home club. This is over curling again. She needs to keep those on the center line. This is just getting off. So those three rocks all on the presented here. And Pätz will start removing some of this stuff. Needs to be careful of jams now, though. Marissa Winkelhausen. Straight peel on that one rock.
Nicely done.
Yeah, removes one of her own too.
Team Russia in need of another steal in the 8th in order to be able to force the extra end. The sweeper's working on the rock, and it's a nice, ends up being a nice center guard.
Yeah, that's very good. The angle's really makes it a little more difficult for Pätz to take this out. Which way would you play this, Stefan?
As we see the screen now, I would play it the exact same way as Alina is holding the broom right now.
I don't think you want to run it into those red ones, do you?
On the other side, the jam, or the risk of a jam is too big, and also it could end up in the house.
Right on the forefoot.
Exactly.
I've never seen that happen before. Always happens at the dumbest moment. Oop, that was there too, eh? Hits that any thinner. So it's fairly simple tactic right now from the Russians. Put up the center guard until some time and hope for a miss. And with their last one, maybe go into the house.
It's all about concentration and proper execution of the rocks called right now.
They got better line on these red ones now. I think they iced it a little more. And he's certainly getting in better position. That's a very good rock too.
Team Pätz, it would be nice to also eliminate the yellow guard sitting behind the red rock in order to have a free draw path for a possible final shot of Alina Pätz. That doesn't happen.
Cleanly removed. So just before we get to the end of the game here, we're on again at 5 o'clock this afternoon, Central European time, with, that would be draw number, this is draw number 3, so that would probably be draw number 5. Two more games to come today, so we hope you're enjoying this and hope you're looking again for the rest of the weekend. And again, good guard position there.
Nice guard position again, yeah.
These clearings are not as easy as they look. There's jam possibilities either way. Or a nose hit.
Nadine Lehmann with the big weight clearing. And Team Russia having to draw into the house at some point. The question is whether they put up another guard or they draw into the 8-foot on the side right now.
So both skips have 2 rocks to come. Pätz has the hammer. Moiseeva needs to steal 1 to force an extra end.
It's getting closer, but should still be okay.
Just take it back as far as they can, get it deeper in the house. It's just biting or just in the 12-foot.
Yeah.
That's not good enough to steal.
Probably not.
So Lena will just take that, her own rock out of there, open up the in-turn for the final draw if she needs that.
Yeah, she wants to open up this path in order to get to be able to get to the 4-foot.
Yep. And if she hits this right, she might be able to double that red one out, but I don't think that's highest priority.
Schwagley sweeping.
Just gets enough of it. So where do you put it now if you're the Russian team? I almost think you'd have to draw behind your own, get half buried, cut down the draw space.
It's very unlikely that the rock in the top 12-foot is good enough to steal, as you just said.
I don't think so either, yeah.
But I think Victoria Moiseeva wants to play another one more or less on the same spot, on the same length, a little bit more to the center. It's always difficult to steal without the center guard for sure, but in this case, a come around behind her own rock would probably have been an option too.
So last rock here for Moiseeva. Needs to steal 1 to force an extra end. Just putting it in the top of the 12-foot, and but I think there's holes are so big there that Alina can draw through or around it, or
It's basically the way she called.
she's looking at a hit here now. Okay. A nose hit won't do it for her. She
She
needs
has to roll a little bit, yeah.
So I'm
That's
a
the
bit
difficulty.
surprised here. I think the draw
Simple
might have
draw.
would have been easier. Interesting. We've seen the last end was quite interesting. So
Some interesting calls, and
this
a couple of misses.
Yeah, this game isn't over yet. Alina Pätz, last rock here in the 8th end, needs to end up shot to win the game. Needs to remove that red rock and roll in.
Certainly curling already.
A nose hit won't do it. Needs a roll, but doesn't want to roll too far either.
Looks good though. Yeah.
And she
That's it.
does she
maybe.
get it?
It's not
Ooh.
clear.
Well, they're going to take a look at it. We can't really see it from here. They're taking a look. Well, they're looking at it closely.
Measure?
The measure stick is coming out.
Should have played the draw. Well, interesting finish to this end. And the question is it finish the game? So we're going to see a measure come out. If yellow counts, then Pätz has won the game. If red counts, we will have an extra end. So being we got 8 sheets here, we don't have umpires coming out. Teams will measure their own, but that's not a problem. See here, that dial moves a bit. Good overhead shot there. She'll tighten that up and see how far that dial goes. And now take it over to the red, and well, couldn't see the glare, but it looks like yellow. So a win here for Pätz. Second win of the tournament, still in the A road.
Yeah. Team Russia dropping to the B road right now.
Yeah. And the final score, as we see it here, 7-5 for the Swiss team. Pätz. Stefan, thank you very much for joining us this game.
Thank you very much.
We wish you best of luck for the rest of the tournament, the rest of the weekend here. We will be back at 5 o'clock here in Bern with CCT coverage of the International Bernese Ladies Cup. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again at 5 o'clock.